welcome to this seminar on dual membership. I'm Anna Koenig, and I'm Rotary Coordinator in Zone 17, and I'm working closely together with Mingaili. Over to you.
From Lithuania, from Vilnius, and I'm Rotary Coordinator for Zone 18. And we initiated this seminar together with Anne and our team about dual membership because we believe that it's a very important topic for both for Rotarians and Rotaractors, especially taking into consideration the fact that we get, as Rotary coordinators, question how to attract more young people to join Rotary very often, and how to make Rotaractors to join Rotary after they spend a few years in Rotaract. So this is one of the few reasons why we said, okay, this topic, it's important, and we would like to have dual members, Rotaractors and Rotarians who have dual membership, to share their success stories and their experience with us. And the second reason, what we hope or what we expect, that after seminar, after all these experiences and good information that we will hear, that we could bring this dual membership concept or structure to our districts, to our clubs, and start implementing. So feel free to ask questions after the speeches about steps, about anything that comes to your head that we could start having dual membership in your clubs and districts if you still don't have it. So I would like to introduce you very active Rotaractors. I have met them by myself in many international events in Europe and all around the world, who will share their experience and give us some nice tips of their journey. So Emil and Carlis. Emil will start the presentation, and later on Carlis will take over. And yeah, so enjoy a good time. And after the presentations, we will have time for discussion and questions. So enjoy. And Emil, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am very happy and delighted to be here with you all. I really appreciate the invitation to be part of this. I'm gonna start sharing the screen and I can introduce myself accordingly. Okay, so first of all, as you know, today we will be discussing mainly the topic about dual membership. But before targeting dual membership, I wanted to tackle first, young leaders in Rotary, because I think this is the hot topic in Rotary International today. Definitely, we have a lot of themes, we have a lot of areas of focus, we have a lot of projects that we're working on. But in terms of milestones, young leaders in Rotary is a milestone, and it's something that we're actually working on all over the world as Rotary and Rotaractors. And I think this is a topic that is very important to start with. So my name is Emil Mouawad. I am from Lebanon, District 2452. I'm a past DRR. I'm currently the Rotaract Academy President of our district, and I'm currently the Raila District Chair as well. I was the Rotaract District Chair the past year, 22-23, and as you already know, I am a dual member of the Rotaract and the Rotary Club of Sahel Matan. And I was elected a few months ago to be our president, the president of our club for the year 24-25. So as a short story, the way I started within the Rotary family is that I am from a family of Rotarians. My father is a Rotarian, my mother is a Rotarian, my uncle, my cousin, my brothers are Rotaractors. So we come from a Rotary family, and this was an opportunity for me to join at a very young age. And I actually started by founding my Interact Club at the time when I was 14. And then I started my Rotary journey accordingly. I became an Interact advisor, and then I joined Rotaract at the age of 17, became officially a member at the age of 18 and president of my club. And then I became a vice DRR, deputy DRR in the year 2015-2016. And after that, I started having more national and district and international roles in order to support our Rotaractors and Rotarians within our district. Our district is called District 452. I would just like to, just mention a little bit about it because it's a bit nice so that you understand a bit or you get an idea of how we're working here, because our district is a bit unique geographically. It's 9 countries in 3 continents, which are Armenia, Bahrain, Cyprus, Georgia, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, UAE, and Sudan. So 9 countries, complete different languages in every country, complete the different backgrounds and complete different, like it makes it very nice for us as Rotary actors and Rotarians to work together, because it makes it already international just by being part of this district. And when I was the RR, it was a beautiful experience because I had to visit all the districts, all the countries of our districts, and I got to meet all the Rotary actors and Rotarians in these different countries, and it made it a beautiful experience. And the reason I'm saying all of this is that really Rotary provides us a beautiful journey if we want to start from a young age. As a young member, I was able to go from Interact to Rotary, and I'm still getting to learn every day and to have a beautiful experience day after day. And this makes it really beautiful. And our Rotary in the district is very active compared to Rotary, So if we want to put a ratio between Rotary and Rotary, we are almost there on having 1-to-1 ratio, which makes it really beautiful. So we have 57 Rotary clubs in 8 countries of our district and more than 700 members, with more guests joining daily. So to start with our topic, basically, we have to address ourselves and specifically our Rotarians to ask, do we believe in the importance of youth in Rotary? Because this is the main thing that is very important for us as Rotarians to think about. We have to believe in the importance of youth in Rotary in order for us to reach the next step. Okay, if we say that, yes, we believe in the importance of Rotary, let's evaluate how many of Rotary's members are under the age of 40. As we all know, it's a very, 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 very small percentage. This is why evolving is inevitable. And Rotary has been evolving over the ages. As you know, Rotary in the beginning was only a club for men. And then in 1989, it started admitting women. And in the 1960s, it started working on youth programs. We started having the Interact, we started having the RILA, and then we had also Rotary Act. And it started evolving bit by bit, and Rotary is still evolving. So according to that, let's ask ourselves, how can we get younger professionals to join? Of course, there are several ways. Of course, there are a lot of ways to have young professionals to join. But one of the most important resources that we have is Rotary Act. And our Rotary International President for the year 2018-2019, Barry Russell, said, we keep telling Rotarians to find a way to bring in young people when we have them already and we seem to forget them. So if Rotary is recruiting young members, we have a pool of young members just there where we can recruit them to join Rotary. But the question is, how many Rotary actors are actually joining Rotary clubs? A very, very small percentage. Sometimes we're having only 5% of Rotary actors actually joining Rotary. And of course, we have many reasons for that. Rotary actors were at a certain point stopping the Rotary Act membership because Rotary Act was ending at the age of 30. And then they decide, okay, now my membership ended, let me have a few years off, and then maybe I join Rotary in the future. But then our priorities change and, we don't join in the future. This is why Rotary has been working on a lot of ideas and a lot of things to make sure that we can make the youth join Rotary and we can make Rotary actors join Rotary. This is why Elevate Rotary Act happened in 2019. It was voted on. Rotary Act became for adults above 18 and not only between 18 and 30. Now Rotary actors can remain in Rotary Act over 30. And this was something that happened with me. I was not ready yet to leave Rotary Act at the age of 30. I got a very nice birthday gift because in 2019, I was exactly 30. And I got the birthday gift of having Elevate Rotary Act, and I got the opportunity to remain as a Rotary actor. And this is what keeps me always active in Rotary Act. At the same time, we know that Rotary Act is now a type of membership, which is very important. Together, we are 1.4 million people of action. In the same time, Rotary International also introduced dual membership, which happened directly before Elevate Rotary Act. So if we look at the timeline of Rotary, we all know, of course, the main dates: the foundation of Rotary in 1905, of Rotary Act in 1968, the youth program starting in 1960s and 1970s. And then in 2010, we started having a youth service avenue of service in Rotary. Dual membership started happening in 2016. It was voted on in the Council on Legislation in 2016, and Elevate Rotary Act happened in 2019. This gave it a beautiful opportunity for us as Rotary actors to remain Rotary actors and at the same time start our shift towards Rotary by becoming dual members and becoming members of our Rotary clubs. Now, the main question is for us to ask how to have more Rotary actors join Rotary, because this is our challenge. This is what we need to overcome. First of all, as Rotary clubs, we have to change the perception of what Rotary is, because the young members in the past, they used to see Rotary as a as an elite club that is not that vibrant. Now we know Rotary is even working on that to change the branding of Rotary into what we do, how many people we are, into the meetings that we're having, the vibrant projects that we are having all over the world, so that we attract more Rotary actors and more young people. We have to change the perception. Second, we have to inspire young people to join by involving them, by engaging them, by showing them what are the types of projects we do. By having more young people join, other young people will join as well. And what is very important, and which is our main topic for tonight, is promoting dual membership. This is something that truly is crucial. And for me, I believe it's the saving, let's say the savior of making sure that Rotary actors don't leave Rotary Act or the Rotary family and join Rotary. And this is what happened with me. I was not ready to leave Rotary Act yet, but at the same time, I was ready to start joining Rotary. So being a dual member, and this is why I love always wearing my 2 pins, and people always asking me, oh, you have the 2 pins, why are you still a Rotary actor and a Rotarian? Yes, I am a member of both. Definitely my priorities change based on what I'm giving within my club or within my district, or what I'm focusing on every year, depending on my positions or what I'm able to give in terms of time and commitment. But having the dual membership definitely gave me, let's say, a transitional phase that is very important. So the benefits of the dual membership itself, first of all, as I mentioned, we don't get to leave Rotary Act when we're not ready to leave yet. This is the major issue that we were having. Rotary actors were leaving at the age of 30, and they do not join Rotary after that. So accordingly, we do not leave the Rotary family. We stay within it. It's a very good transition phase. I believe that in 1 year or 2 maximum, I will be ready to transition fully to Rotary. I believe my Rotary Act journey is coming to an end. I was not ready at the age of 30, but I might be ready in 1 year or 2. So definitely it's a good transition phase. And definitely we can benefit from the best of both worlds. Rotary Act is a very nice social organization with young people part of it. Rotary, we have amazing experienced people. We have a great impact. We have a bigger, bigger projects because of the financial contributions that we can have and through the global grants that we can have together. So we can have the best of both worlds by being a dual member. And most importantly, we are bridging the gap between both. By the fact that I just joined Rotary 2 years ago, a lot of Rotary actors and past Rotary actors and young members who are friends of mine are now interested to join because they are starting to see that other people from their friends are now members of Rotary. And this is a very good step. Once you start having your friends in Rotary or past Rotary actors who are there, you will be excited to join. So bridging the gap between both is very important. This is what I wanted to say. I believe that dual membership is a very important step for Rotary and for Rotary Act. I really I would really motivate every Rotary actor to start joining Rotary whenever they can, to become a dual member. I know that it's not easy to start with Rotary, but once we take that.
فكرتك ما راح تقعد. هيلا.
سعاد. Okay. All right, so please take this into consideration. Thank you very much. I think we can continue the discussion later on when we have the open questions and answers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Emil. Overall, I can say that we are on the same page with Emil. We know each other for many, many years, meeting in a couple of international conferences. My name is Karlis Bankovic. I'm from Latvia, and I see Klaus Nielsen has Latvian flag on the background. That's very interesting. Yes, I'm from Latvia and previous president of Rotary Europe. Past year was very, very exciting and busy for me. I'm very happy that Mingail invited me to participate in this Zoom call to share my experience. Overall, I founded 3 Rotary clubs and 1 Interact club in Latvia, and one of the Rotary clubs actually I founded in Estonia. And they just didn't have a club, and who else than doing it by yourself, right? So last year I participated in around 20 conferences, mainly in Europe, but also in Northern Africa. And the issue is the same everywhere, the aging problem of Rotary. And Rotary have not been very good solving this issue for past decade, because the time when Rotary had the opportunity to really work on it and change the things how it is now was like 20 years ago, because now we can see the average age in the Western world for Rotarian is 58 or around 60. We are not having around 40-year-old members, as Emil said, almost at all. And I can say it from my experience as well. I'm a dual member in Rotary Riga Club. And this year, from 1st of July, I'm the president of Rotary Riga International. And the youngest member in the club is actually a friend of mine who joined a year ago, and he's 38. Second youngest is around 45 or 46. So the issue with aging is there, and it's almost everywhere. However, the great example is Lithuania, and we are really learning a lot from them. And Mingail has been in one of my conferences before COVID to tell about how to get the new members and get attract more Rotaractors and also Rotarians. As Emil said, around 5% of Rotaractors are joining Rotary. Actually, as far as I know, it's even smaller. It's around 3%. And this means that Rotary is not very good at selling itself to the others, to outside of Rotary even, but especially of Rotaract, because it's always been very, very weird to me that actually Rotarians are not very much focusing on recruiting Rotaractors, because who else knows Rotary better than Rotaractors, right? Any other member who's outside of our organization doesn't know much about us, or they have some preconceptions or illusions about what is Rotary. But Rotaractors are very well educated about the whole organization and the most important, experience. So looking at Rotaractors as potential members is the way to go. And as we all know, Rotaractors are almost in every country and very active. Now being a dual member, I see this as a perfect opportunity for me to bridge the Rotary and Rotaract in Latvia and also abroad, because I have 8-year experience in Rotaract, and the same as Emil. My father is from Rotary, so I have also double the motivation. And this is great opportunity, and more and more clubs actually need to have dual members, because they are the real connectors between Rotaract and Rotary. So this is also my mission to bridge it more this year and the next years as well. This is also way easier to communicate between the organizations, because I remember we have had in past Rotarians who are responsible for Rotaract clubs, but they have not really done their job. So having one of us, whether it's me, whether it's Emil, or someone else who is bridging the gap, bridging the two clubs, Rotary and Rotaract, is the way to go. Another thing is, I would say, you can't just become a dual member in one day. I mean, technically you can, but I don't think also that works very well. It's important to build a relationship for years. And I had this opportunity to build a relationship with this particular club where I'm president now, and other clubs for 8 years, for all the years of me being in Rotary. So I can also suggest Rotaractors reaching out to Rotary and start building relationship whenever, even beginning of their membership in Rotaract, whether it starts at 18, 25, 27, because I believe that each part of the organization, whether it's Rotary and Rotaract, has its strengths. And we as younger people, we know a lot about communication and social media, and many Rotary clubs are lacking that. They're doing great projects that they're unfortunately not telling to anyone, or they're telling to their friends. But that's not all. You can tell that to very big amounts of people. Like personally, I've also done that, and also my examples of working together on various projects with Rotary. One is Santa Fun Run, which has been for past 15 years the main project of Rotary Riga International. Basically, it's a Santa Claus run where everybody from society outside of Rotary can participate, pay €20, receive their Santa suit, and around Christmas time, they participate in the run, and all the money collected is donated for some specific charity. So this is also one of the way how I've been included by organizing it and increasing my relationship with the members of the club and mingling around. And also last year I took over the one very important project of various Rotary clubs in Latvia, which was the charity ball on 17th of November to celebrate the Independence Day of Latvia. So last year, after COVID, nobody wanted to do it from my father's club. So I asked whether I can take over the tradition and organize it. So this year I'm working on this for the second year. And this is also bringing together Rotaract and Rotary and also Interact members. Because last year I had Rotaract and Interact members as volunteers during the event. So that was very spectacular communication, because so many of Rotarians have actually never seen or communicated with Rotaract or Interact member. And obviously, it's really much needed the first push from Rotary to make the communication and connection with Rotaract and Interact, because for many youngsters, they're just shy, or they don't want to reach out. They don't know how to approach Rotary clubs. So it's very important that Rotarians make the first step, break the ice, start a communication, invite them to dinner, doing some project together, or anything else. So this is very important. Yeah, I think our organization can really benefit from changing the strategy and really look within us and find the new members within Rotaractors. Till now, it has not been done very successfully. We have been working on this issue with Rotaract International Council, an official body that we created around a year ago to really work on these issues. And we have very often, once in 2 weeks, calls regarding these issues, how to solve it. And not only this aging problem, how to get Rotaractors in Rotary, but many others as well. So work is in progress as well from our side. But yeah, this is very important job. Another example of Rotaractors proving their value, because going to many conferences, Rotary and Rotaract, I talk to many Rotarians, and they just discount the value of Rotaractors. They don't even look that direction, and sometimes I'm sharing my experience, stating my Rotaract club. We created this Rotaract Global Cleanup the end of April every year, and yeah, 3 years ago I understood that I have many friends around the world, including Emil and others. And I want to invite them to do the cleanup together with us, Latvians, what we do locally, countrywide. And in 3 years, it eventually grew to 71 clubs from 38 countries doing the cleanup at the same weekend. And this success story I'm sharing always to Rotarians to prove the value of Rotary, that we can actually do something. How much resources and what would it take for your club to make whatever project you can imagine, that you reached 71 club doing the same thing in 38 countries in all 5 continents. So let it be your homework to think about the project you could make that size and scale it up. And always, when I'm doing whatever project I'm doing, I'm always trying to connect various countries, Rotary clubs, Rotary Interact, everyone to do the same project. So it's very, very inclusive, and showing that we all can cooperate and make the impact bigger. So from my side, that's it. I think time-wise, that's a maximum we can have with Emil. But obviously, we can talk about these things more and more. So let's, I guess, start with the question and answer part.
Great. Thank you so much, both of you. And I'll let Mingali start with the questions.
Thank you very much for your speeches. It was really inspiring. And I have one question to start with. What about technical side? How does it work in technical way? You're both in a Rotary International system. How does it, like, what kind of problems maybe you faced in the clubs when you, before becoming dual members? So a little bit from technical side. Could you share your experience?
Emil?
Yes, sure.
Question goes for both of you, because I believe that both faced some different problems.
No, my experience, actually, I didn't add myself as the member of Rotary Rig International. It was done by the past president of the club. In the beginning, he said, actually, I can't make you like a dual member. I said, no, I'm staying in Rotary. If you want me to be the president of your club, I'm also staying in Rotary. So there is such a thing as dual member. And eventually he wrote to Rotary support, and they made me dual member. But he had some problems to make it on the website. I don't know, maybe it was some error, but it was fixed eventually. But like otherwise, there are no problems being in both clubs as a member.
Yes, definitely. This is the situation. This is the case. So now dual membership exists in Rotary International. As we mentioned, Rotary Act is now a type of membership in Rotary after Elevate Rotary Act. And because of that, Rotary International is asking all Rotary actors to have a My Rotary profile. Okay, so all of us, we need to have a Rotary ID now. And Rotary International needs to know if I am a member of Rotary Act or not, and needs to know if I am a member of Rotary or not. So basically, having my Rotary account already, it gives me access as a member. So I'm a member of Rotary Act or a member of Rotary. It shows on the system. And as well, because of Elevate Rotary Act, Rotary actors now pay a membership fee. So if we are part of a community-based club, we pay $8 per year. If we are part of a university-based club, we pay $5 per year. So once I'm paying these membership fees, it means that I am a member. Okay, so for Rotary International, I am registered on my Rotary. I am paying my membership fees in Rotary Act, so I am a member of Rotary Act. I can also be a member of Rotary, paying my membership fees and registered as a Rotarian. So this is how it is on my profile, for example. I am both a Rotarian and a Rotary actor. Now, the way it's working in terms of membership with the club, I am still a full member of Rotary Act. I am still considered, I am like in a good standing with my Rotary Act club. I attend the meetings, I attend the projects, and I am also, as mentioned before, I am very active on a district level and on an international level. In my Rotary club, I was appointed as a member by my past president, or the president at the time, and they put who is my sponsor and they put all my details, so I become a Rotarian. The way we are working it out here in Lebanon and in our district, and hopefully the other Rotary clubs can take this as an example, in order to promote dual membership, because most of the dual membership people, they are young people. So financially, they are still not well established. So the Rotary Club is actually giving a better membership fee for the Rotary actors who are becoming Rotarians. So for example, instead of having a full membership fee, I pay 50 or 60% of the Rotary membership fee. So the Rotary Club is giving access to Rotary actors in a way that is making it more financially, let's say, friendly for the Rotary actors to join. In the same time, the Rotarians are involving us as dual members in the projects. And as I mentioned, I have been 2 years in my Rotary Club, and I will be my Rotary Club president next year. So I'm already very much involved with my club. They are loving the young spirit. They are loving that young members are joining. They are giving the opportunity for that. So technically, this is how it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a very good point about the membership fees, because as far as I know, like in Latvia, it's like 200, 250 euro membership fee in various clubs. But in Italy, for example, many clubs, the majority actually is in thousands, the membership fee, like 2, 3, 4,000 membership fee a year. So that's definitely something that young people, Rotary actors, can't really afford. So that also, even 50% discount in that case, whether it's 3,000, 1.5, it's a big money. So maybe there
Carlos,
should
do
be
you
some.
also have a deducted fee?
No, I didn't ask for it. It was like
No,
240,
so you have
250.
the full fee. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on to the next question, Rasmus.
Yes, thank you. I'm Rasmus, and I'm a Rotarian in Copenhagen, and I'm past secretary and a past membership officer or membership chair in the club, and I'm also employed in Rotary in the Zurich office. So my questions, and thank you both for excellent presentations and a lot of insight on how dual membership can be practiced. First, about the dues that we're talking about in the moment, do you both pay additional district dues? Because in Denmark we pay not only the RI due, of course, but the club dues, and then we have district dues. Is there any reduction in the district dues, or do you pay them also?
In my case, we have a full membership fee, which includes the district fee, it includes the club fees, and it includes the Rotary International fees like the RA and polio, and all of this. So it has all of this included. But as I mentioned, our Rotary Club is making it more friendly for the dual members to join. So instead of paying, let's say, a $500 fee or a $1,000 fee per year, it's being deducted to 60% of the amount. So this is making it more friendly, budget friendly, let's say, for the Rotary actors to join. So it is deducted as a total, but basically what I believe is being deducted are the club fees themselves, because the RA should be paid and the district fees should be paid. These are fixed fees. We cannot change them. These are fixed fees.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for me, I just checked the email I received a couple of weeks ago that we need to pay the district fee, and it's 20 euro a year per member. I didn't ask for any deduction, but or lowering fee, but it's fine. I think it's from district to district how high is the fee, because I've heard some Rotary actors complaining that their fee per member is like 50 or 80 euro, just a district fee. So that's another story.
And then a second question, and it's maybe more to Emil. You said that you are the writer chair for the district at the moment, if I saw it correct. And I'm just curious about if you have any past experiences or even expectations in the future about how Ryla can generate more Rotary actors. Your thoughts on that?
Yes, so basically I have been attending Ryla since I was maybe 16 years old. So I have attended quite a lot of Rylas. I think this year I will attend my 20th Ryla, to be honest. Maybe this is a lot for a Rotary actor and a Rotarian to attend, but I love this. I love everything related to leadership and everything related to skills development in general. So, and I was not only an attendee, I was always part of the organizing committees in most of the Rylas that were happening in Lebanon. So I love being involved in organizing these events, and for me, this is something that I really love, and this is why I was gladly appointed by our district governor to be the Raila district chair for this year. And as I mentioned, our district is 9 counties, so we have people attending the Raila from all our district, which makes it really beautiful, and we have around 150 attendees in total. Your question about having Rotary actors join Rotary, actually, it is, first of all, the Raila that happens in Lebanon or in our district in general, it definitely pushes a lot of young members who are not Rotary actors to join Rotary, because it gives them an idea about the vibes of Rotary and Rotary in our country or in our district. It gives them an idea about what type of professional development and personal growth topics we discuss and we work on as Rotary actors and as Rotarians. And it also gives them an idea of who we are as people. So if we are like-minded or not. And mostly this is what makes us all, even Rasmus, you and I, we don't know each other, but I know for a fact that we have the same background, the same values, we are like-minded in general because we belong to this organization. So this gives it a big push. And in the same time, I can give you a story. I remember once a person I know, he's a very good person. And I was telling him I am part of Rotary of Rotary. And he was telling me, oh, I'm not into these kind of things, you know. I told him, what are you doing next week? And we have the Raila happening. Join us. And he said, no. I pushed him. He attended. Because of Raila, someone who did not like Rotary or these kind of things became a member. After that, he became a president. He became a vice DRR. And he is a very active member of our community. This is one example of many. So definitely it pushes that. And the second good thing is that it motivates Rotary actors in general and our Rotary clubs in our country and in our district, because you have so many members from so many different clubs together for a whole weekend. They become good friends, which initiate a lot of joint projects between clubs and between countries. So it makes it really beneficial.
Thank you for sharing this very important lessons. Thank you.
Yes, and a little comment from my side. We have always done Railas as well with my district. In my district, we are sharing it with Sweden. So 1 year the Raila is in Latvia, one is in Sweden. And also, I've always stated the head of Raila that it's so important that basically you're giving this free opportunity for young people to get this leadership skill and be together for a couple of days and have the training. But you're never really doing the follow-up and inviting them either to Rotaract or Rotary. So that has been a very, very big loss of potential. And there's a lot of potential inviting them afterwards or making it as a rule, like, hey, we are giving you this free opportunity, but you need to go for, I don't know, to 3-4 meetings of Rotaract afterwards. And then eventually we would get part of them as members. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew?
Yeah, thank you for sharing your stories with us. Very interesting. I just wonder if it works the other way around, if Rotarians can become Rotaractors, even old men like me, 50-year-olds. The reason I ask is we have a Rotaract club in the district that would like to start up, but they don't have enough members. So, you know, would it be possible for Rotarians to join the club so that they have enough members and, you know, can get started and that type of thing?
Well, that's actually a very good question because there's no age limitation in Rotaract, so technically you can become a member.
Oh, cool.
That is for sure.
Be a Rotaractor. Yay.
Right, Rasmus? You probably know the regulations better, but I think that's the way. Yeah, I've heard that from a couple of Rotarians. Yeah. One of the previous district governor of Finland, he said, "Oh, you're making Rotary club in Tallinn. I want to join as Rotaractor. It's going to be more fun than being in Rotary." So yeah, probably Andrew, you can.
The question is, will the Rotaractors think it's fun then?
To have an old man like me?
Yes.
Possibly not.
Well, then they might be even older. You never know. Moving on to Avidas.
Yes, hello there.
Can I just give an input? Sorry, regarding that.
Sure.
Sorry, Avidas. Andrew, regarding that, there is nothing official that says that Rotarians cannot become Rotaractors. But I mean, the idea of dual membership is for Rotaractors to become Rotarians
Yep.
at the same time and not the other way around.
Yeah.
I believe the way Rotary International is working, this is my belief, that they are trying to integrate Rotaract to become part of Rotary in a way that we bridge the gap, as mentioned. So this is why Elevate Rotaract happened. This is why dual membership happened. This is my opinion when it comes to this. And I believe it's a good strategy so that we don't lose the young members to join. I believe in the next council on legislation, something regarding this will be announced. I believe that something definitely will be mentioned regarding this, because definitely Rotarians would say, okay, let me become a Rotaractor and pay less fees. Let me become a Rotaractor and be very active with young members. Let me become a Rotaractor. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I guess I can go now. So yeah, we were talking about Rotaract and Rotaract members becoming Rotary members as a dual membership, and that we were talking about Rotarians becoming a Rotaract members. What about Interact? So actually in our club in Unitum, we have built some kind of a bridge, like we were talking just now with Rotaract and Rotarians, with Interact clubs. So we have some fresh new faces, from Interact joining whenever they finish their Interact journey to our Rotaract club, and that actually helps to lower our average, our age average, in our club to still have some fresh ideas and fresh faces in our club. So, are there any ideas on that? Any questions or maybe thoughts about it?
Yes, actually, I have very good experience with that, as I made the European Rotary Conference 1.5 years ago in Riga for 600 Rotary members from 49 countries, 5-day conference. It was crazy amount of work, but it was amazing. So because of that conference, I thought, hey, we actually don't have Interact in Riga, in Latvia in general. So I started one Interact club between the most prestigious high schools in Riga center. And they have grown to have like 28 members in around 1.5 years. Yeah, so they've been very successful and way more active actually than Rotaract. So I created them partly because I needed volunteers for conference, and also because that is a perfect garden for Rotaract to have new members. And it really worked very well. And in this summer, when 6 or 7 of Interactors graduated from high school, they joined my Rotaract club. So this is one way how I'm growing Rotaract in Latvia. And this has been very successful. And obviously you can't just go to them once a year and say, hey, we are Rotaract. The next logical step is to join us after you like turn 18 or graduate school. As I'm founder of the club, and I was teaching them a lot and getting money from the district or Rotary clubs to bring them to Rotaract European events. So I integrated them well, and I took care of them so they see the value of joining Rotaract, and it was very logical next step. So this is very good, and me experiencing this, that I'm helping, I'm mentoring. I got the job to 2 of the Interact members as well this summer. For me, it's so logical that me, as a guy who's like 29 years old with some experience in life and Rotaract and Rotary, is giving back to younger people, and they really need help and assistance in their life when they're young. For me, it has been a big surprise that Rotary has not done the same with Rotaractors. So I mean, I guess we start with ourselves, and I've been very successful. I'm going to continue that way with Interact and also with Rotaract, getting Rotaract members in Rotary. And of course, like the benefit in this case is when you create Interact club, then probably some of the members are 12th grade already. So in a half a year or in a year, they join your Rotaract club. So you get the reward of the investment way sooner. For Rotary to do the same, probably the first members you can get in 3 or 5 years. So that's quite a long-term plan. But nevertheless, it's important to work on it.
Thank you. I know that Mingaili has another question.
Maybe
would
Emil
be
has something to say about it.
Actually, yeah, we have a very good experience as well regarding that in Lebanon. Like we have, I was an interactor, so I can say that I experienced that even personally. You know, I finished Interact and I directly joined Rotaract at the right time. I am someone who believes that everything has its time, you know, like it's very nice for a person to live the Interact experience if they get the opportunity. It's very important for a person to live their whole Rotaract experience if they have the opportunity before joining Rotary. So I'm not with someone joining Rotary at the age of 18, 19, 20, if they haven't lived the Rotaract experience yet, you know, because in Rotaract you have a lot of beautiful experiences that you can live from your club level to national level to district level. So it's a beautiful, beautiful experience that someone should live from A to Z before reaching the point where, okay, now I am ready to start transitioning from one phase to the other. And with Interact, it's the same. It's easier to move from Interact to Rotaract because it is defined directly by age. So Interact is until 18, Rotaract is starting 18. So it's easier to shift directly, while in Rotary, you don't have a minimum age. As long as you are someone who graduated, you are an executive person, you can join Rotary now, you know, so you don't have a minimum age. So at that time, at that point, you don't know, shall I join? Shall I not join? Is it the time? Is it not the time? So this is how it makes it. But definitely Interact is a big pool for Rotaractors, and it's really helping here in Lebanon and in our district. So I would definitely recommend as well that you activate or you create your own Interact clubs, as it is a big push to transition, you know, with time.
Mingaili?
What would be your advice, like 2-3 advices for the district teams, how to initiate and how to encourage that clubs would start making this dual membership structure? Because you mentioned more like a clubs, but that it would become not only a club thing, but more popular in the whole district. What would be your advice for the district team? How to encourage?
Okay,
Yeah,
from this side, sorry, Carlos, go ahead, please.
Okay. I think it's a long game. It's definitely having connection with from Rotary side to Rotaract, it's having a connection on long term. And if Rotarians are not showing any interest in Rotaractors, only when they like, oh, hey, would you like to join our club? There is no relationship there. Okay, some members might be joining, but there is no logical next step from Rotaract to join Rotary if there's no relationship. What I'm fighting in my district right now, that my district is giving actually some budget, district budget for Rotaract and Interact clubs, the same as you have in Lithuania. That's a very good example that I'm saying, like, hey, in Lithuania, there is this like 9 or 10% of the district budget goes to Rotaract and Interact development. We also need something, you know. It's all about connection, relationship, and obviously that needs to be developed in long term. In short term, I guess just reaching out to Rotaract clubs, inviting them, going to their meetings, presenting the idea of having dual membership. And I think in Lithuania, it should not be a big problem attracting new members. In Poland also, it's very, very good situation as far as I know, because these two countries have increasing membership in Rotary. But in other countries, depends. That's not an easy question. That's not something in short term you can develop. If the person has an interest, they will join, but to develop that interest, it takes some time.
Thank you. We do have a few more questions and we are running out of time.
Emil, maybe
so...
he can answer. I'm sorry, maybe Emil can answer.
Yes, I just want to ask
question?
if we can keep the questions and answer pretty short, because we have a few more questions and only 10 more minutes. Thanks.
Yes, sure. We will try. Carlos and I, we are talkers in general, so so we will try. Okay, basically, you know, I want before I joined Rotary, I had the idea in mind that I wanted to start a new Rotary club from Rotaractors and past Rotaractors. That was my idea in the beginning. So I wasn't looking to become a dual member and all that. I was thinking of initiating a new Rotary club with Rotaractors and past Rotaractors. But then I looked at my Rotary club My Rotary Club are a beautiful club full of beautiful Rotarians, and they are actually, we can be a big added value as young members because they have the experience. They have beautiful members with beautiful careers and a beautiful spirit, and we are full of energy and full of ideas, and we can come and join forces. So this is what made me realize that no, it's not the time to initiate a club with Rotary actors or past Rotary actors. Let me join my Rotary club and become a dual member accordingly. So my Rotary club really loved that, and they welcomed that idea. And I was perhaps the first dual member. Now we have around 4 or 5 dual members, and we're actually having 3 or 4 maybe in the upcoming month, in the upcoming year, because a lot of people, they want to join. So what I believe, the first thing is that it should start by someone, it should start by people becoming dual members. So Mingail, if you are now a Rotary actor and not a Rotarian, I would say start by being a dual member and lead by example. Show others that dual membership is something and we can do it and we can make it happen, and others will follow. I can assure you that. Trust me, now we are trying to see how we can find a way to stop dual membership at some point because people are really interested to join. So establish a good connection with your Rotary club, establish a good connection on a national level and on a district level. This is what is very important, to establish a beautiful connection between Rotary and Rotaract. This would push Rotary actors to be more excited to join Rotary. And once dual membership starts, trust me, it will kick off. So that's how I would say from my side. It's a very easy action plan.
Thank you. Venantia?
And if I can comment something, nowadays it's quite complicated for Rotary to attract younger people because many Rotary clubs are just dinner clubs. The same what Jennifer Jones says, the majority of Rotary clubs are just dinner clubs. Young people are not going to join if they're going to come to the meeting once a week and have a dinner and pay 20, 30 euro for that. That's a waste of money and waste of their time, unfortunately. Okay, networking wise, yeah, but you can go to a couple of meetings and meet the same people. You don't need to be a member. So Rotary need to show that they have the value for the young people to join. And I also suggest to invite a couple Rotary actors at the same time, because if one young person is joining, I don't know, 30, 35 years old, joining a club where average age is 60 and half of the club is retired, you're probably going to lose that member in some months. But then you need to invite also a flock of them, like 3, 4, 5 of them. Then it's also balancing out. Otherwise, the age difference is too big. I've heard that this is a big issue for many, many Rotary clubs. Yes, Anna?
Go ahead, Venantia. I'm limiting my speaking time so you can speak.
Hello, everybody. This is Venantia Rizzi, Rotary Assistant Coordinator from Zone 17. Thank you for sharing your experiences, and it's very interesting to hear about this dual membership. More than a question, it's a comment. Sometimes now, also this evening, I heard that many Rotarians are not interested in cooperate with the Rotaractors. And sometimes I've heard that Rotaractors are not interested at all to cooperate with the Rotarians. And this makes me a little bit sad because it shouldn't be this way. If there is somewhere, it shouldn't be. So I think we should work all very hard to change this there where this situation appears to be, and really to do something, because it's against our own principles. We are supposed to be over all differences, also in age, in every kind. So diversity is one of our main focus points in the Rotary world. So this is what I hope. And this dual membership, somebody has commented before about Interact, it's also very good, because also the Interactor clubs, they have this rotation, this circuit that sometimes they are like growing all at the same time and they are dying. And to assure that continuation also in the Interact club, it's good if if those older Interactor which are transiting in the Rotaract club, they can still stay and and somehow mentoring the new ones, and as well in the Rotaract towards the Rotary world. So I don't know, I just hope that we do something about this, that we can all work together, because we have all the same aims in the world, like to do good in the world, independently about our age, because that is so limiting. And I hope we can look much further than that. Thank you.
Venanzia, let's show them the added value of working together. We should show them, to both the Rotary actors and Rotarians, that it's a huge added value.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Very good
moving on
comment.
to Marius, and please be aware that we only have 4 more minutes and 2 more questions.
Yeah. Hi, good evening. So myself, Marius, I'm membership chair from Lithuania, and I like very much this discussion and dual membership topic. But for my district, it's actually really it's not needed if we are properly communicating Rotary and Rotaract. Like myself, I spent something like 20% of my time communicating with Rotaract, and the rest 80 with Rotary. This time dedicated to Rotary. Then district budget also is allocated something like 10% to Rotary and Rotaract and Interact. Then all events, newsletters, conferences, pet seminars, projects, everything. So they are always same communication, same Rotary people. Yeah. So, and there is just open channel. Just, if there is wish from Rotarian, communication is open. So he or she may join. Of course, specific Rotaractor joins specific club, not Rotary as such, but specific clubs means something about chemistry and soft things. But just simplest way I would propose, if Rotary Club wants, so why not to invite Rotaractors to club meetings? Just okay, with interesting presentation, with interesting guests. Okay, and this could be, as somebody put in notes, with some added value starting point. Yeah, just communication more often, frequent, and maybe district governors and membership chairs should make it somehow. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Marius. Lithuania is the best example I've found so far for Rotaract and Rotary.
Great. We do have one more question. Hala. No question from Hala. Then I think we are going to wrap this up. Thank you.
Last question from Marius. He's the district governor of Lithuania.
Okay, 30 seconds, Marius. Now go ahead.
Hello there. It's nice to see everybody, like so many familiar faces. I just wanted to build up on what was told by our chair of membership and then mentioned by Karlis. I think it's very important to have a budget, and I'm really thankful for our previous teams who took an initiative and dedicated budget for Rotaract and Interact, and that helps us to build, this 3-step system. And thank you for bringing up dual membership topic, which, as Marius told, was not that relevant to Lithuania, at least not by now, but we will take a look into it, and hopefully we have Mingailė in our district, so we'll be very well on the getting the latest info. So please, if you can, influence bringing up the attention, not only in words but also in money, because having budget allows us to do more things. So thank you, and thanks for having this.
Thank you. Thank you for your input, and thank you, Emil, and thank you, Karlis. And a message to all the Rotarians, and I wish we could have kept talking about this, but how do you take care of the Rotarians, Rotaractors, sorry. Think about that, because I was a Rotaractor and I was taken good care of by all Rotarians that I encountered. And I think Mingaili has been too. So it's up to all us Rotarians too to take care of our Rotaractors, but for the Rotaractors to be willing to work together. Well, we
Thank you
have
very
run out of
much.
time. Mingaili,
I just
the
want to
last
add,
word.
yeah, I just want to add my comment. So thank you very much. And to add on how the topic was created, actually, it was asked by Thomas, who was the country representative of Lithuania, about this dual membership. So even though that we have very close relationship with Rotaractors, but sometimes there is this need for this new ways of becoming a members, maybe this new what Rotary offers us to apply in our district and zones. So I hope that participants will take these messages, what was said by participants and attendees, and apply it in their districts as well.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you want to watch this again, it will be posted on the Zone webpage. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you very much for the invitation.